Talk. Today we're talking to Dana Bryson and Allison Watts with Brookstown Inn. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
How long have you guys been with Brookstown to start?
So I've been at Brookstown. This is my 16th year.
Wow.
Yeah, since 2010.
I've been affiliated with Brookstown since April of 2002, but not until 2013 with ownership. So I purchased it in 2013.
Is it just you, or does anyone else own it with you?
I've got a silent business partner, wonderful lady named Christy Angel. She is originally from the Philippines, but she is delightful in all things hospitality. She loves it.
Well, they have great food in the Philippines,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
So what do you guys love about Brookstown Inn and that space?
Yeah, I feel like Brookstown's just such a classic property in Winston-Salem. I'm from Winston, so I really love the history of the Brookstown.
And when did it start or founded?
So the hotel was founded in the 80s, but it used to be a cotton mill, which was built back in 1837.
Wow.
So it's been around for a long time.
And what do you love about it?
Well, the history is what intrigued me initially. When Daryl's was there back in the 90s, early 90s, that was the first time that I actually stepped foot on the property. And that was just unique, beautiful. I attended Salem College, graduated in 94. The history of Winston and Salem has always been intriguing. I was born and raised here, and I live here, and obviously I have a business here. But learning all about the history that goes into how this cotton mill that sits right on the edge of Old Salem and New Winston, and it's the site where the Industrial Revolution began in Winston-Salem, and all the stories that come out of it, and what it is today, a gathering place for travelers. There's just so many wonderful stories, and you meet so many fabulous people. I love that. It's a connection and gathering place.
So any stories that were really interesting you can share that you've heard?
Yes, we've got a wonderful author who has written several books at the inn, who is from Dawsonville, Georgia, but he has stayed with us over the last 20, 25 years. He has 6 daughters, one that recently got married there because of their love and fondness for the Brookstown Inn. And the stories that he tells me about his experience over the years is fabulous, and he's going to write a book about it someday.
Cool.
But just the different people and the walks of life, and it's not just the celebrities that come through. It's the everyday people, and learning about all the places that they've been and why they chose Winston-Salem, and all the things that are wonderful about Winston and their experiences. It's really a joyful place to be.
So tell me a little bit about the property as far as like how many rooms, the types of rooms, the event spaces.
So we have 70 rooms on property. They're all very unique, very spacious. When you walk into the building, the main lobby, you're greeted with pine wood flooring, wooden beams, brick walls. You really kind of gather that sense of history when you walk in, and even in the rooms, it carries over. We provide what I like to call like special moments throughout the guest stay, which include a Southern breakfast. We also do
What does that mean? What does that entail? What is a Southern breakfast?
It entails biscuits, gravy, grits, bacon, eggs, yogurt, pastries.
So a big breakfast.
So, yeah, and it's delicious, and it smells amazing.
So you've not eaten yet, have you, Suzy?
No, I haven't. My stomach keeps growling.
Yeah, but our guests love breakfast. It's served daily, and we also do an evening wine and cheese reception. every evening in our Cotton Mill Lounge, which is also a great gathering place on property. And then we do cookies and milk at bedtime.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's served in the parlor, and then we have free parking on site. So those are kind of all the amenities / what I like to call moments that I think really make everyone's stay more enjoyable, their experience better, and it makes it more of a convenient kind of planning for travel when they're coming into town.
yeah. What about as far as, because you host, meetings and events and stuff, what types of spaces do you have for those?
Yeah, so we have a beautiful courtyard space. We often host weddings in the courtyard.
That would be pretty. Yeah.
We can accommodate up to 150 guests. And then we also have a grand ballroom. It's called the Lawson Ballroom after Steve Lawson. He actually just retired after 15 years at the Brookstown. And it can accommodate 150 people as well. But we do meetings from 25 to 150, as well as gatherings.
Do you offer any on-site sessions, like team building, or do people bring those in usually?
A lot of times people will bring those in and outsource them, but we're happy to help with that planning. We've got some great resources in town, vendors that we work with closely, and we actually do all catering in-house. So that is one thing that we kind of take care of for you and take off your plate for planning purposes. We have a great catering team, so we can take care of all food and beverage.
Did you keep the Daryl's kitchen stuff? Is that what the catering comes from there?
What's fascinating is our kitchen and Cotton Mill Lounge combined occupy the former Daryl's kitchen.
Nice.
It was completely gutted and remodeled in 2007. And it's a beautiful space now, but the kitchen, like she said, can, cater 150, 200 people. Anything from, steak, salmon, chicken. We've got all kinds of a beautiful menu to offer in catering. But yeah, the space there is, you can definitely see aspects of Daryl's, especially where it connects into the visitor center of Winston. The boilers there, a lot of the balcony where the boxcars used to sit, where the dining area is.
Did they take the playing cards off the ceiling?
Sadly so. Sadly so.
Yeah.
That was always a interesting point. I celebrated a lot of birthdays at Daryl's. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a couple there at some point.
I celebrated my 21st birthday there.
Fun.
And in the area where the bar used to be, that's where the boiler is now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just fascinating place, fascinating history.
I don't know that other than Daryl's, I don't know that I've even been to the Brookstown.
Oh, you need to go
I
see
mean, I
it.
live here, so I don't have a need to stay other places, but I should.
It's
Staycation.
Yeah, it's definitely a stop. We've curated an art history exhibit in the lobby and several locations throughout the building with points of interest. On the fourth floor of the main inn, there's a wall with drawings from some of the ladies who worked in the mill and resided there on that floor. It's protected with a glass now, but you can see some of their carvings and writings from the early 1800s. And we have fire hose. We have a fire hose cart, and a cigarette rolling machine. And they're all tied to the ownership there. The Francis Levine Fries built it, and his sons he was the first industrialist of the area, so his sons were prominent in banking. One son, he started what became Wachovia Bank and Trust.
Yeah.
And the other son, he worked at the railroad. He started the first railroad. He helped build the railroad. And his son also provided power and built the first hydroelectric power plant that ran power to the facility. And his other son, he was an innovator, and he built the cigarette carts that laid the groundwork for Reynolds and made the landscape and the economy attractive for Haynes and Reynolds to move to this area because of the infrastructure with the railroad and the utilities that were in place. So he was considered the first industrialist of the area, Francis Levine Fries.
That's cool. So I know she's no longer around, but can you share a little bit about Sally? Because I know she was pretty beloved around here.
Yes, sweet Sally. She was our house cat, and she kind of found us.
When was that?
I think it was back in like 2013.
It was
A while back, yeah.
And Steve and myself were both animal lovers, and so we just kind of started feeding her, took her to the vet, made sure she was good to go, and she basically walked around that place like she owned it. She
And may have in a former life.
but normally you'd see her lounging in the lobby or laying out in the courtyard. But she was just this really sweet cat. When Steve took her to the vet for the first time, they found a microchip in her, and it was registered in Washington State.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah. So it's pretty amazing. We aren't really sure how she got here.
Wow.
But she definitely found her home, and we took care of her.
I know we featured her on the cover of Winston-Salem magazine a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guests, loved having her there. And, she, again, was just such a sweet cat.
And then when did she pass away? It was pretty recent, wasn't it?
Passed away last July.
July.
I love when cats and animals in general have human names. My mother-in-law's cat's name is Carol. It was not given to her by my mother-in-law because she one of those cutesy name people like Sparky or
Right.
Tigger or something. But we talked her in because she got it from either ARF or the other one, not Humane Society, but there's another one that does that. But her name was Carol there, and we talked her into leaving it as Carol because we just think that's
Yeah, I like the name Sally.
Well, Sally, there's a lore about Sally, a ghost that occupied the inn, and so we thought Sally would be an appropriate name for her.
That is pretty fitting
Yes.
then, yeah.
Our night auditor, Vicki, her mother was the first auditor there, and she's worked there since late 80s, and she says, I've never seen a ghost, but people like to follow and like to think that, it's an old building, that it's haunted, but you talk to her, she's like, yeah, I've never seen anything. But Sally was a sweetheart, and she lived well past the life of what you would think a cat that made its way from Washington State. I would see her online and social media where guests would take photos of her lying on their bed. So they would welcome her in the room. So
That's great.
yes, you also, in addition to milk and cookies at night, if you prefer, you could have a cat sleep with you at the foot of your bed.
it's per down service.
funny.
That's right. But yeah, she had a very peaceful partying. She was not sick very long. Her kidneys started to fail, and Allison held her, and I was there with her, and she was purring right up until her last moments. And we were so blessed to have that time with her because she had just delighted so many people, and we definitely wanted everybody to know that we were right there with her and was able to give her that.
That's great.
Yes.
Being from Winston, both of you from Winston, what do you love about Winston-Salem?
You want to go first?
Yeah, who goes first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I love that you can get anywhere in 10 minutes.
Yep.
I think that's huge. And I love the community, the people. I love the history to the city. I do think it's generally like, I feel like it's a very pretty place to live. I feel like we're very fortunate to live in a town like Winston-Salem. I don't think people realize really until you visit here, like how nice it is. And people are so kind, they're so welcoming. And I love living here. And I, again, like you said, I'm born and raised, but I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Yeah,
So.
I feel you.
I love Winston. Winston has so much to offer people that live here, and if it's a good place to live, it's a great place to visit. And from a visitor's standpoint, like Allison said, you can get around town easy. You can connect to attractions, you can connect to activities. We have a great music scene, and we're a college town. We have 6 colleges, universities, and people don't always realize the specialness that we absolutely have. It's a wonderful place to start a business, as you guys know. We were chatting about our Louisville Clemens Chamber earlier, and how fabulous this area is in supporting small businesses, medium businesses, and even with IQ a few blocks away, Innovation Quarter, it's a great place for biotech. Wake Forest is heavily invested in this area, and they carry the flag for tourism as well, especially with the downtown, the Coliseum, and all that's going on with their development at the grounds. You've got all of our staples like Renolda Garden, Old Salem. You've got even Hal over at Triad Eco Adventure, who provides all types of activities for trails with e-bikes, paddle boards. He's got the trolleys and the segways, of which Allison and I have been on a couple of times. That's team building right there. You talked about team building. Yeah, just call Hal.
Hal Boyle.
Hal Boyle. That's right. So Winston has all these wonderful amenities. It's a wonderful place to visit, and also a great place to just live and connect with other people. People are friendly. And dining off the charts. Amazing dining experiences here. And I just love the music scene. If you're into music, there's all types of music here. And people say, what, really? There really is a wonderful music scene. So
I agree.
Vagabond Saint Society member here, yes. Prince this summer. They're doing music of Prince. I'm doing Raspberry Beret.
good.
All right. So how can people find out about Brookstown Inn to visit or stay or any of it?
Yeah, so if they visit our website,
Which is?
www.brookstowninn.com. We also have social media, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out online. But they can book directly via our website, or they can just call us directly.
336-725-1120. For the summer, we feature space that would be wonderful for reunions, social events, birthday parties. We have bridal showers, of course, weddings and receptions. Yes, even in the summer months, those are some of the best times for outdoor weddings. But those are the things that are coming up this summer, is lots of social events and family reunions.
And the physical address is?
200 Brookstown Avenue.
Okay. And there is free parking. I think you already mentioned that.
Free parking, yes.
That's a big thing.
Is there free parking in downtown Winston-Salem? Yes, there is.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
This is Twin City Talk. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. The views and opinions portrayed by guests on this podcast are not necessarily those of the distributors and hosting companies. And if you love this podcast, that's great, but don't think about stealing it. Reach out to us and talk about the content because it is copyrighted.